This is an announcement. There will be an announcement shortly.
Hutton Orbital. They don't make 'em like this anymore. Health and safety won't let us.
Welcome to this special edition of Galnet News Digest celebrating Intergalactic Men's Day, which will take place this year on the 19th of November.
Now, a lot of our listeners will be thinking, Intergalactic Men's Day? Why should they get a special day? What I want to know is, when is it Intergalactic Women's Day, eh? Am I right?
It's the 8th of March. You ask that every year.
Keep your knickers on, love. Why don't you go make me a nice cup of tea?
Make it yourself. I've got an interview to conduct.
You leave that to me. Run along now. We have a very special guest today. Despite the handicap of being a man, he has risen to the top of his profession. I'm talking, of course, about Elsie, you no fool like one. He's a male spacewoman, a male scientist, and a male counsellor for Canon Interstellar Research, and, of course, a male presidential candidate.
Well, thank you. But is it really necessary to bring gender into this?
A failed presidential candidate, I mean. Did you really think you could compete with a woman to be male Federation president?
Oh, come on now. Hudson is a man.
Yes, but he had to act more feminine than the women around him to be accepted on equal terms. He was the exception rather than the norm.
It should be about competence and fitness for the job, not gender.
Well, that would certainly account for the result.
Really?
That's a nice outfit you have on. Could you give us a twirl?
Give you a what?
Give us a twirl. Show off your outfits.
I will do no such thing.
Go on. You're such a great role model for other male scientists. They're all wondering how to look good in a lab coat.
How I look in a lab coat has no bearing on my work.
But you have tailored it, haven't you?
Well, yes, just a little, but it's to allow greater freedom of movement.
I love your little accessories too. The pocket protector, the radiation meter. It's quite the ensemble.
Look, could we talk about the science? I've been doing some very important research.
The science, of course. Do you find that your ability to do science is impaired by your weight gain?
No, not at all. Wait, what weight gain?
Well, you have put on a few pounds. The Federal Times has published photos of you in your swimming costume.
What, really? That's a terrible invasion of my privacy.
Your fans need to know.
The only fans he's got are in his fume cupboard.
Look, I thought you invited me here to talk about my achievements.
What achievements?
Quite so. You're not just a pretty face, are you?
Not even.
I've planned a great many scientific expeditions.
That is quite impressive. Was anyone worried that you wouldn't be able to read the galactic map, like a typical male pilot? You crashed the Gnosis, didn't you?
I held a full inquiry and completely exonerated myself.
Perhaps you could just stay home to bring up the clones.
Look, I'm not standing for this nonsense. This interview is over.
Well, I never. He's left the studio. Just goes to show that these male scientists are too emotional. It's probably his time of the month.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Why not?
Because our mics are live.
I'm Rudolph Hucker, and I'm really genuinely not quite sure how I'm going to follow that.
I'm Wilma Fingerdew, and I think it should be followed religiously.
I'm May Harkness, and I'm very sorry for something, probably.
Well, really, I'm pretty sure that I should be hitting someone with my pan, but I'm not quite sure who.
I'm Sandy Crevice, and I think I'm going to stay quite quiet and well away from Flossy.
Probably sensible. Right, now, as I've been away for a few weeks, this might be a seams. Seams, we're going to try and add some seams. I think they've already spotted one. The typewriter broke earlier. I think the knob fell off the side of it. But I suppose, if I can find the right button, we really ought to get on with some headlines. Investigative... I will say that again. Investigative journalism pays off in North Britain.
One going out, one coming in. But the one going out is still in. Hang on, is this a cricket story?
The latest muggings and ginnings from the Too Hot, Too Messy update.
It's not big, it's not clever, and it is too late. And too early.
Vulcarius has been at the strong cider again.
Who's up, who's down, who's naughty and who's nice, with the BGS update.
While the official Galnet news, and by extension the Galnet News Digest, are behind the times in wild speculation about abductees, whether they're mighty morphin Thargoids 28 days later zombies in the making, or feeling just a little under the weather, or not, of course all covered by Hutton weeks and weeks ago when the apology officer went on a trip to a bar looking for interviewees, we found some. Abductees, that is. Earlier this week, the apology officer once again went bar hopping, looking for strange Thargoid pod rescuees to interview with a view to trying to find out a little bit more. In a surprising turn of events, rather than the bottom of a glass of CMG, they found a number of long-missing Hutton truckers, someone who had apparently been kidnapped by Lave Radio, and me. And whilst the venue for this discovery was called Buck's Bar, there was no sign of Mr. Naked, brackets retired, brackets. There was, however, a lot of what appears to be chicken, and plenty of strange, dangerous-looking goop. It appears that Mr. Psycho Cow, brackets, missing in action, brackets, and Mr. Moof, similarly in brackets, also missing in action, similar brackets, along with a certain Lave Radio tech who goes by the name of Newell, had not only been rescued from their incarceration, along with recently missing Hutton radio presenter Banter, me, okay, this is confusing. I'm going to say they, but I was there too. Anyway, they, with me, appeared to be hale and hearty and none the worse for wear, given their/our experiences at the hands of Tharg the Mighty's mighty minions. What was awfully suspicious was the change in their appetites. When tasting some of the galaxy's rarest avian treats, which looked suspiciously like a Texan barbecue, Commander Psycho Cow brought out 3 bottles of something he found on that Thargoid Titan and proceeded to lather it all over his chicken. I'm not going to say cock all the way through this article. Not saying things... anyway, yes. I'm not going to say they devoured all of it. The thing that I'm not going to say, nor that it was hot. Anyway, he, Moof, Newell and 21 covered their/our chicken, not cock, in this stuff. It looked radioactive. The effect thereafter was astonishing. Their appetites appeared to accelerate from mildly hungry to famished and straight out the other side into genocidally hungry for chicken. Look, I'm still not saying the other word. Anyway, after devouring plates and plates of radioactive-looking avian wings, breasts, thighs, all 4 of them turned a strange shade of purple, began sweating profusely and complaining that various body parts had gone numb. The apology officer, always the most sensible person in the room, stuck to a nice bowl of perfectly ordinary popcorn chicken. Where on a chicken you find its popcorns, nobody knows, but that's probably an investigation for the Galnet Rares team. Anyway, when asked about their abduction and their memories of it, they all drew a complete blank. However, by the looks of them after their dinner, we suspect that wherever Aegis or the Federation or whoever's going to look after these abductees is going to put them, it had better be stocked with some heavy-duty washing powder, plenty of napkins, and most probably a fridge full of bog roll, as we suspect the effects might be a little painful. Investigations are continuing as to the location of Eric Buck Naked and his part in the abductions and rescue. There are no signs of growing tentacles, though.
They had beers, but I had a large Coke. Rumours are abound in the news that former president, or is that outgoing president? Well, we're not sure if he's actually left yet or just barricaded himself in his office. Anyway, Hudson has left a couple of rather nasty traps for the incoming replacement for the Sea Winters. While it's perfectly normal to sign off on massive spending commitments, or follies, white elephants and the like to make life difficult for your replacement, and of course hire as many civil servants as possible with no qualifications and some very silly ideas, there are rumours that Hudson has set actual traps. The presidential office took delivery of a number of rather suspicious objects in the last week, including a tank full of space piranhas, some trapdoors, some spikes, a big bucket of water, a whoopee cushion, and some of those fake plastic flowers in the vase that squirt you in the face when you sniff them. Well, there has been speculation that incoming President Winters will be putting together a new cabinet on the first day in the new job, it's very likely that the assembly team will not be equipped with a single Allen key, but the minesweepers, bug detectors, and most probably one of the reject casts from Baldur's Gate 3 with high dexterity and a keen eye. As for appointees to the senior jobs within the Federation, it has been rumoured that she will be bringing a number of faces from federal history out of retirement to assist her, parachuting them into senior positions despite not having held elected office for a number of years. Jasmina Halsey, currently acting as ambassador to the Alliance, is one of those rumoured to be parachuted in to a senior role, though as of yet, as no one can remember where the Alliance is actually based or where her office is, a search team is out looking for her. That wouldn't be the first time. It appears that Federation is reducing the importance of its war machine, or at least the bit that isn't pointed at Hutton and its other neighbours, of course itself, internal wars being the biggest military investment that it has, but boosting spending on the anti-Thargoid side of things. Whether Winters is fully aware of all the current rumours of strange goings-on with the Thargoid returnees, and is au fait with the number of space sci-fi horror flicks that start in just this fashion, in fact, not just the space ones, horror flicks in general. Anyway, we've got no idea whether the current news coming out of Galnet is giving her the willies or not, but we have written, in the strongest possible terms, to the Federation that we do not want to be saying, "We told you so," when settlements are overrun by bug-eyed, many-legged man or woman devouring meanies. Our suggestion? Not those grotty camps they're planning to keep them all in. How about we send them on a nice, all-expenses-paid, all-inclusive trip somewhere lovely, like Beagle Point? There are plenty of abandoned fleet carriers out there, and I'm sure Hankey's got enough tritium stored up for a whole planet's worth of people to be taken out on a jolly holiday. Let them know this cruise will end at about the same time as Too Hot, Too Messy. And on that note...
Week 68 of Too Hot, Too Messy saw commanders pass 107,000 deliveries. Numbers are still good with another bumper week of over 1,600, and the 4-week average is now above a healthy 1,500 for 2 consecutive weeks. Centauri Megajin production is back down to 14 tonnes per cycle, but currently no expansion is on the horizon to cause an increase. Hutton are still leading the charge with over 61,000 deliveries, and the Buckyballers have firmly established themselves in a distant second with 6,400. The Winged Hussars lead the pack in third, haven't moved in some time, but the pack are taking their time to catch them. 12 squadrons have passed the 1,000 mark. Commander Chicks is still leading the field with almost 19,000 deliveries, 2,500 ahead of Waller 81 in second. Nemb, with over 8,200 completes the podium, with Shea Blackwood a creditable fourth with almost 6,400. No new commanders have joined the 1,000 club for some time. Membership remains at 17. Traffic is picking up on the Hutton Run. People must be heading out to buy mugs as Christmas presents before the Hutton gift shop runs out. Don't forget that it's Black Friday next week, to be followed by Blue Monday and Turquoise Tuesday. If you're looking for a landing pad, then you'll have to avoid these ne'er-do-wells. Core Badger went in 1 hour, 23 minutes, 24 seconds, which is 1 minute, 4 seconds more than the record. The Burke, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 33 seconds, which is plus 1 minute, 13 seconds. Norbert Patternode, 1 hour, 24 minutes, 21 seconds, plus 2 minutes, 1 second. Count Nugget, 1 hour, 25 minutes, 33 seconds, which is plus 3 minutes, 13 seconds. And Steve King, 1 hour, 26 minutes, 33 seconds, which is plus 4 minutes, 13 seconds.
This is a gentle reminder to all Hutton truckers that Alvin has decreed Hutton Space to be free of celebrating seasons too early, or indeed too late. A number of Hutton truckers are still setting fire to things and launching fireworks from the orbital, which has added a level spin not seen since the dastardly Don Antonacci tried to reinvent himself as a legitimate business person. An entirely separate faction appears to have taken over a number of the coffee shops and gone totally overboard with the pumpkin spice and cinnamon, which has made a number of the Kitten brand coffee representatives gag in horror. And if you've paid attention to the Galnet Rares Digest and know exactly how that is obtained, you know just how icky the smell must have been. Christmas, winter season, festive decorations are not to be hung in the orbital until at least December, preferably mid-December. After that incident with Cecil, the 5 bottles of gin and the dance of the 7 tinsel strands, there are a number of visiting pilots still recovering in Nurse Wyeth's padded protection rooms with some really good sedatives. They're still crying, "The horror! The horror!" and "My eyes! It burns!" And it probably constitutes a war crime, or is against some intergalactic treaty of some sort on the treatment of visiting pilots. Anyway, it's perfectly acceptable for the bit between celebratory days, whether religious or not, to be reasonably absent from shops sold tat celebrating something or other day, and Alvin is fine with that. No baubles, no sticking the tree up anywhere, not even at Wanda's. No Easter bunny costumes, and it's most definitely too early for gaudy lights. Oh, and anyone caught measuring anything in sleeps until will be sent to the naughty set. The agreed measurement is BED, which stands for Banana Equivalent Dose. Anyway, happy Intergalactic Men's Day, everyone.
The successful Spire attack last week let us strike Tanarish down below 10 systems. It is now at 7 and only had 1 attack, so those 8 are within reach of total elimination if commanders can complete just 1 more periphery. The great part about the Operation Deleted plan is that if we let a Spire available at HIP 25654, so everyone can do exactly that. Once that Spire is gone, we have everything we need to finish the last few systems. Swaku, Hupang, HR 1737 are all ready, and a couple of empty systems are being prepared now. The strike at its last empty system will happen after the Spire is confirmed clear. We just need commanders to attack the Thargoids at that Spire in HIP 25654, run a few of the new on-foot missions there from the rescue megaship in Tellin, and continue rescuing survivors from the Titan itself. Also, I thought slapping a call out on a low-res Titan picture copied off a video would have been too low effort last week, but apparently not. See attached image so you don't have to find another tin of spam. Commander Volcarius. Message ends. Soothing music plays and medication is delivered.
Things could be described as much improved Hutton space this week, but with 6 systems on Alvin's report and just 1 needing truckerly assistance, more on those stories coming up. We no longer have to look into the depths of the 20s to find our lowest system. In fact, all 6 systems in Alvin's report are in the mid to upper 30s, which is a vast improvement on recent weeks, and only 2 points separate the lowest 3. 36 Ophiuchi is the bearer of this week's wooden spoon, albeit by the narrowest of margins. Despite losing 4 points in the week, it's sitting at a creditable 35%, but a war is tying up a quarter of the influence for the next few days. Hard to move Epsilon Indy had dropped a point to end the week on 36, but a civil war is tying up a third of system influence until next week. Barnard's Star is never far from trouble these days, and it has found it on 37. The other factions are having a brief rest from their constant bickering, and even they have managed to smarten up their acts, at least for now. All influence is on the table, so get in there and boost Hutton while the brief window of opportunity lasts. Hill Pass C jumped by 6 points this week and has managed another 6 points last week and managed another 5 this week, rising to a dizzying 38%. 2 systems that seem to have turned around their lost fortunes of late are Stein 2051 and Ross 671, who find themselves brief bed partners on 39. Let's hope neither of them is a snorer. The outbreak of Space Lurgy in the Renses was cleared up quickly and without fuss, just in time for winter, which it always is, but never Christmas. Inexplicably, terrorists have struck on Wise 0855-0714, trying to make a grim situation grimmer. They have been there, haven't they? Anyway, go and shoot some pirates and hand in Hutton bounties from anywhere into Yamazaki Landing. Medium pads only. We managed to successfully retreat from Lod 26. And at the overachieving end of the Hutton systems table, we have 6 of our systems above 60%. Priorities this week are, if you want to truck something, boost Hutton and Barnard's Star. If you want to shoot something, tear apart some terrorists in Wise 0855-0714.
And relax.
Oh.
Only a few seams, and most of them are mine. So
I thought we had Volcarius reading an article there.
Yeah, before we start, though, just double check, being not quite but nearly International Men's Day, there aren't any women present here, are there?
No.
Anyway, well, thank you very much to LCU and Wotherspoon and Beetlejude for that intro. We might play it out again towards the end of the show. It made I chuckle, that did. It definitely made I chuckle, the little sketch. Yeah,
it was good.
It was, and for LCU, it was astonishingly devoid of filth and quite pointy, actually.
The filthiest was the first article.
Well, certainly what happened earlier in the week definitely
you
was.
You weren't sitting across.
Anyway, I've been away for a bit and I've missed green rooms and all sorts. But yes, we did have an impromptu visit by the apology officer to try and find some lost truckers, and you found us.
Oh yes. Yes.
Lurking at
and
some.
What did you order?
Below street level bar, a very nice below street level bar.
Yes.
That quite literally on the walls said that it served cock.
It did serve cock.
Yes,
it served
it did.
anybody.
Yeah.
Not just normal cock.
Hot cock.
Yeah. Hot cock.
Hot cock.
Hot, spicy cock.
Well, you see, and they come with their own. They have their own sort of Thargoids resin-based sauces there that go from mildly tingly to OMG, get a fire extinguisher. And then Mr. Cow brought out 3 bottles of something he scooped from a Thargoid.
He turned up at the restaurant with his own bottles of sauce.
Yes.
Is that to lubricate the cock while it goes down your throat?
Absolutely.
yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So we started off by ordering. I mean, it was groaning under the weight of many, many, many wings.
Yes.
Some of
which
which
it shouldn't
were.
have done, because wings should have lifted it above the table.
Yeah, these weren't flying with the amount that they were
No.
glooped in. They were definitely stuck to the plates with gloop.
Yes.
So we had the sort of mostly hot, then the bonkers hot, and then we had plain ones, which would have been fine if Mr. Cow hadn't poured Thargoid resin hot sauce all over them.
We had, what was it? We had the extra hot, didn't we? And we had the buffalo wings.
Yeah, I didn't know buffaloes had wings.
No, surprisingly small and delicate for what they lifted.
And very, very tasty. But anyway, so we had Commander Cow, Commander Moof. We had the one of the tech team from Lave Radio.
Yes.
Newell Turner, who also you may remember if you came to ECM, was the person rescuing my arse from plugging the wrong thing into the wrong thing and making streams not work, along with, obviously, Litho and Little Grey. And the apology officer, who was very sensible, weren't you? You were on the Diet Coke.
No, I wasn't. That was full fat.
I was full fat Coke. And
that was a big Coke. I had a big Coke.
And the popcorn chicken. Where on a chicken do you find its popcorns? They're small. They're small. They're round.
On the inside.
Ah, right. Okay. And yeah, hot sauce, which was the kind of hot sauce we were having there. That while you're eating, it's this is delicious, nom nom, and then you eat more, and then as soon as you stop, it goes ow. So you eat some more.
The ones that Cow brought were quite interesting though, because what they do is they get nippy on the very tip of your tongue, but the rest of your mouth was fine.
Oh no, my at one point my lips.
Well,
lips
one of them did
numb.
that.
Yep.
Oh no! Well, one of them did that. The other one started on the tip of your tongue and worked its way back along your tongue. But But then I think because you guys were eating wings, you were eating chicken covered in it. I was just dipping.
No, I was actually spooning the sauce off the plate into my mouth as well.
Yeah, but that's.
That explains what happened afterwards. I was working the next day. I did have to excuse myself variously, and I was bemoaning the fact that they did not keep the bog roll in the fridge. Johnny Cash, eat your heart out.
So parts of you were not working the next day.
Part of me was working a little too well the next day and causing me extreme pain. Yes. Anyway, so it was lovely to see Commander Psycho Cow and the Moof and Newell Turner and obviously the apology officer too. Well, we speak regularly. I haven't seen them in a while. But they are very well. Commander Psycho Cow has gone buff. He's been hitting the gym and has developed the big guns. He has now gone from sort of a casually chilling out in the field somewhere Psycho Cow to the full sort of
Monty
buff. I'm ready to be turned to steak now. Muscle Cow.
Psycho Bullock.
But it was lovely to see everybody. And actually, we had that one, but we also had our, as featured in a previous news article, meet up in Harrogate. Catching up with Ma Barker and her stabby victims, as well as the Rampage. And also Commander Hardy. Now, I think he was mentioned in an article. I think it may have been last week. We mentioned Commander Hardy and the dangerous cougar attack.
Oh, yes.
Yes, suffice to say, I am very grateful that Commander Hardy is very fast and rescued me, because I'd had an awful lot of Centauri Mega Gin and I was in danger of being devoured by a very dangerous-looking cougar. He rescued me with chocolate brownies.
Did he lay a trail of them out the door?
Just sort of throwing them that way, saying, go, strange cougar, and eat those and leave us alone. But it was lovely to finally meet the fastest man in the galaxy, the record-holding Commander Hardy. Obviously, and everybody else as well. Commander Rampage was in particularly fine form as he dragged me to a Dungeons and Dragons evening, which was impromptu, the kind where you sort of drive to Halifax and you get a text message saying, speak to Mike behind the bar when you arrive. So you turn up in true I'm an adventurer style at the pub and say, hi, are you Mike? And he says, hi, you must be David. Here's your pint. I like this barman. Yes.
what you wanted
By
about
the
them.
way, all the strange people are upstairs was the next line. But yeah, the locals joined in and all sorts. So yeah, it's been lovely over the last few weeks. Albeit I've not been on the show, but it's been lovely to catch up with a bunch of Hutton truckers. I will be finishing my work season soon, so unfortunately you get me back on the show a little more regularly from December.
Ah, well, we can't have everything,
Yeah,
can
I
we?
know. I might. Oh, and I've got a new internet coming, so the uploads of the show is going to be a lot easier. It's not going to be a 3-hour mission afterwards. It's going to be the Amelia style, 6 minutes. All right, I'm off to bed now.
You'll find for some people it's not a 3-hour mission at the moment. I seem to remember it uploaded really quickly last week, didn't it, Amelia?
It uploads quick every week.
Yes,
For me.
if you're Amelia, if you're me, it's 3 hours of staring at the screen
Yeah.
and then post-processing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to having better than a damp piece of string for internet.
How do you stream stuff if you? I mean,
Oh, it's good
'Cause,
enough
like-
for streaming. It
has to stream it in black and white.
but
because we have one internet connection. Sandrine will be playing World of Warcraft. I'll be playing probably the same. We'll have some sort of thing streaming on TV, and it doesn't make a dent in our bandwidth.
That's
No,
'cause
you're
you've got
absolutely right.
Ridiculous bandwidth.
But it's just the upload to GalTube just seems to take an absolute age from here.
2 minutes.
I know, 3 hours. 3 hours, Amelia. Anyway,
Same here.
Yeah, so we've got Commander. I'm on a piece of spaghetti for an internet connection, Litho Breaker. Good evening, Commander Litho Breaker.
Good evening. I'm actually here for once.
You're here and I'm here. This is a rarity. Talking to people who are here, obviously you've heard Amelia and the apology officer just now. We've also got lurking in one corner with her crochet, Commander Flossy. Good evening, Commander Flossy.
Good evening.
Complete coincidence. Having never discovered booths before, by the way, when I came up to see you and had a booths breakfast, what should happen on the BBC News? But it hits front page news.
All right.
What, that you had a booth's breakfast?
No.
Not
Apparently,
me, no.
they've sacked all of their Mr. Dusties. They've decided they do not want robots, trying to give me your trash and eat everybody in the store, and they've gone for people only service in the store
Yeah.
with no Mr. Dusties allowed. So there are no
Right,
unexpected
Mr.
items in the
Dusties.
backing area now.
I like doing it myself.
So we'd heard. Yes. Anyway, right. So I suppose we would sort of ought to trundle along with the things we normally are. So I'm going to ask the normal question. Frontier Livestream, aren't we due one?
No.
We are due one, though.
No. Well,
No.
yes, but no.
Yes, but no, but no, but yes.
No, but yes, but
Yes,
no,
but
but.
no.
Because, of course, we did report in a previous week that Sal had parked the PWAF and gone off to play with chocobos. And you see, this is Hutton News writes itself. Her first post about her new job, they decided to, ask people what their favourite thing was to ride in Final Fantasy today. At which point, naughty players put up pictures of all the NPCs. And Sally's response was, I was told to make myself well known to the community. Okay, was Sally's response. So yes, her first job was to find out what, I think they meant to say what chocobos you like riding, but may have missed the word out. So yes, very naughty commanders out there. Or what do they call them over there? They're not commanders. What are they in? I don't know what their community are called.
Fantasists?
Fantasists. There we go. Yes.
Fantasists,
Yes. All the fantasists. Yes. They may have been a bit naughty. So Hutton Orbital News reports the news in advance, but she was expecting pink chocobos and they weren't. But good luck, Sally, on the new venture.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like you're already having fun with all the fantasists.
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether we're going to get a Frontier live stream yet, or a surprise article from the local zoo where Arf's been breaking into the gopher enclosure because he's been watching some old TV shows and trying to get himself a hand puppet.
Ah, right. Talking of hand puppets, wasn't a former Frontier employee selling one recently for charity? A handmade Leatherface puppet. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but that was Wendy. Just call me Wendy. Actually, was raising money for charity, I think, by hand making some puppets and selling them the other day. We do miss Wendy. One of the good ones. Okay, so no Frontier live stream because Arth doesn't want to do it on his own because he'll probably give away. Or I think what it is he was in danger of giving away secrets on all the previous ones, and Sally under the desk had the sort of shoe equivalent of Flossy's pan kicking him under the desk every time secrets nearly escaped from Arthur. So it's not safe letting him out on his own. So I don't know who they're drafting to be in charge of wrangling Arthur and not giving away secrets, but I think they're still looking at the moment for somebody brave enough. But he has been playing over in the Frontier Games Room, obviously taking a break from piloting with this Realms of Ruin, I think it's called, isn't it? The Warhammer thing that they've been doing. And he decided to build. Was it Helm's Deep? They've got a map creator in there now, I think. And he put a video up of he actually recreated Helm's Deep in their map creator.
Wow.
Which looked really impressive. If you haven't found it, go and look on GalTwit, and you'll find Arf's video of Helm's Deep. It was quite impressive. I was sort of bantering a little bit because I realised I hadn't programmed in the next bit into the computer. So, do we have a theme tune yet, by the way, for this next bit, or have we not recorded one?
I think we are the theme tune.
We are the theme tune.
Yes.
Well, while I'm programming, while I'm programming this in,
yes,
yeah, there were some birthdays, I think.
Well, there was certainly one.
Yeah, well, there was a space scientist birthday from our former. How do you want to put it? It's a space science supremo. Who we wished a happy birthday, Mr. Ward, and happy birthday. And who else do we have this week?
Nobody.
There was somebody else.
No. You're imagining things.
Was it some guy called Jim?
Yeah, I promised to sing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't forget these things, you know.
Yeah.
Litho,
no matter how hard you try, we're going to sing.
Litho, were you 21 again?
I might have been.
But not 21 again. Just a few 21s.
21 again.
Yes, many.
Depends, I mean.
But on that basis,
I mean, in base 26, I was only 21 for the first time.
Yeah, okay, yes, yeah, that works. I'm just doing sums. I've had to take my socks off to add that one up. But I suppose as is traditional. Everybody in fine voice. Who's going to lead us in? We'll get the chat to count us down.
Have we got the music? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim and Mark Ward. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Many more.
Woohoo! Yes, and thank you to our listeners who just left this live stream.
Have they gone?
Right, I'm back now. What were you saying? Were you going to sing to me?
Yes, we were. Yes. Happy birthday. Okay, I think while we were singing that one, or whatever the word is, it's not singing, is it? That really wasn't, but it was something. I think I've programmed in some space news, maybe? Space news! And we'll go with the first one, and I'm going to turn that one off so we can see it. Oh, it says we value your privacy. Oh, there we go.
That's nice of them to value your privacy.
Very good of them, yeah.
So it's
and it's no pop-ups. Oh god, no more pop-ups.
That's what happens. You've forgotten your privacy. You deserve all you get.
Yes.
I was going to say, did they ask you that at the restaurant?
My, what a big one that is. I mean, there's an Austin Powers moment going on here. What's this one about?
This one is about the second launch. Well, the first launch of the second Starship, or is it the second launch of the first Starship? I don't know. SpaceX's second Starship launch on November 18 or 18th of November if you live in the real world.
Or 17th.
Yeah. Well, it says 18th here.
Is it just me or
about an hour ago?
Is it just me or does that look a bit chunky? It's like it's got a lot of girth.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, it is International Men's Day.
It's a big boy.
Intergalactic Men's Day. That'll put a rocket up you. So yeah, it's the SpaceX's second Starship launch. How will it work? Well, if it's in the
how will it
last
work?
one-
There's a video
Yeah,
on
if
this
it's-
page. Here we go. Look.
Yeah, there is. How did the last one work?
Oh, how did the last one work? Is it going to go boom?
Is this the one where it burns down, falls over, and sinks into the swamp?
That's the one. Yeah, 3 feet off the pad, burn a big hole in the ground, spin around a bit, and then just go boom.
They'll build another one.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it has already been delayed from tomorrow until Saturday because the actuator on one of the grid fins, for those that aren't sure what that means, it's the thing that makes the wiggly bits at the top wiggle.
It's the motor on the fin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the thing that makes the wiggly bits actually wiggle.
I know what a fin is.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, there's pictures on screen right now of it all being
Yeah.
assembled and fired. Now, last time when they fired it, it decided to dig an enormous hole underneath the rocket pad. And so
Thereby
apparently they put a big
increasing
plank
its
of
altitude without moving.
they put a big
They put a
plank
couple-
of steel underneath it now, which
Yeah,
apparently
put some paving slabs for B&Q under it now. It'll be fine.
yeah.
And a bucket
So
of water.
instead of
Bucket
big
of
chunks
water.
of concrete flying around Texas, they're going to be big chunks of molten steel flying
Is
around
it a-
Texas,
And
Is
water.
it a bucket of water or is it a bucket of sand?
or both.
No. They got into trouble for using a bucket of sand last time. It's a
Ah,
bucket
right,
of water
okay.
this time.
So a bucket of water and you pour the sand over it if it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
what does it say? It says 10 seconds before launch, it'll activate a water deluge system between Starbase. It's called it launches from Starbase, which is quite grand. Starbase's orbital launch mount. This piece of equipment, a reinforced water spraying steel plate, is designed to dampen the power of the Raptors, protecting the
sprinklers.
launch mount and surrounding infrastructure. They did do. Yeah, it blasted out a crater beneath it that day, sending chunks of concrete and other debris flying high into the South Texas sky. There we go. Now, apparently it's not going for orbit this time, if they make it that far. There's a big picture on screen just coming up now. It's going to go up, and apparently they're going to have a spectacular water landing somewhere in the Pacific.
It's going to crash into the
It's
sea.
going to go plop. I don't know, plop, or it's going to hit the barge. I mean, they're pretty good at hitting
Well,
the barge
that's
these days.
That's a bit boring because Virgin have already done that.
Oh, gone plop, yes.
Yeah.
So so 2 minutes and 41 seconds after liftoff, they do hot staging. The upper stage engines fire before separation.
Yeah.
Yes, and then it does burns. Apparently, it's landing on Hawaii or near Hawaii somewhere.
So it's sort of a rocket on top of another rocket, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Anyway, but as you say, Litho, this has now been delayed for reasons.
Only 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were aiming for around the lunchtime UK time launch, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, pictures of things coming. Oh, wow, look. Stuff burning through atmospheres. Right, so that's number one. Good luck to the team from SpaceX because, I don't know, I'd quite like to see this thing enter service and start doing its thing, you know? Actually having spaceships. We've got rockets with little things that drop people off at space station, but I wouldn't call them spaceships, would you? This is more spaceshipy because it flies. Well, tries to fly and then blows up. But it's going to be quite cool when we can actually have spaceships again, you know, like the shuttle.
Yeah, spaceships blow up all the time. I've seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right, I've been
Blake
in
7
combat
as well.
zones, yes.
Happened a lot in Blake 7. Yeah, so...
They weren't
that'll be
spaceships,
fine.
they were hairdryers.
Right.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we're actually hair dryers.
They were actually hairdryers. Okay, well, number
Yes.
2 in our
Yes.
list. Flossy, you want to take this one, or are we going to take this one, or what's the plan on number 2?
Oh, it's another one about girth.
Yeah.
I had no plans.
You had no plan. What?
I wanted this one in because it's about the Hubble. You know, when
Yeah.
people are going, the Hubble's
I
done
thought
it."
Hubble
It's
had
not done.
retired.
Yeah, you see.
No, Hubble's going strong. And
Yeah.
Hubble's just been out to measure things because apparently size matters.
Uh-huh. It's been measuring an exoplanet. One of our nearest exoplanets been measuring it and has discovered that it's probably about the same size as Earth, but quite a lot hotter. So it's like in a rocky. They reckon it's a rocky world, but quite hot.
And
Right.
the Earth-sized, which is...
Oh, no! You've got an address that makes sense to elite dangerous people.
I've just
LTT
funny enough, I'm looking it up right this second, funnily enough.
LTT 1445. an AC, which would
No,
suggest
LTT 1445 does not exist in the database. It's probably got another name as well.
Yeah.
So we need to find out.
That's
Valkyrius
rubbish.
is in the chat. Valkyrius, do we know what 1445 might be in using its other names?
Just search for M-class. It's an M-class world.
Well, no,
an
it
M-class star, sorry. It does tell you that. It orbits a cool M-dwarf star that is just a quarter of the mass of our Sun. The star itself is found in a triple system of M-dwarfs located 22.5 light years away in the direction of the constellation of Eridanus, the river.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm just looking up LTT. Anybody spot any chat from Valkyria says that looks like... hang on a second. Is it known as something else? I'm just looking up the star catalogues. Has he got other names? What's his other names?
Larry thinks you might be missing a space in the search.
Am I?
Yeah, there's a
Or in
space.
the name.
LTT space.
No, I've put the space in.
1445.
I hit the space bar. Let me have a look
It was
again.
it was a proper space search.
A proper space search. LTT... No, I've got the space in. 1445. Unable to find any systems, says EDSM. So what might it be called if it's not that? It could be...
Just looking for alternative names.
Start BD 17588
Try.
or HIP 14101.
Yeah,
How about
HIP
that?
14101. Should be best bet.
That sounds like a... I think that's in vaguely the right direction as well. Let's have a look. What does it say? No, it's not the HIP.
Oh.
Maybe it's unknown to our... The other ones here,
Yeah.
GJ, BD...
Wow.
It looks to me like a system that you would look at and go, I'm not going to bother going there.
What, like the naughty step?
Yeah, it's just look at it and yeah, let's leave it.
BD... It's not the BD 17588. It might be one that we don't have. Maybe it blew up.
Oh, this planet anyway has a approximate surface temperature of 260 degrees Celsius or 500 Fahrenheit.
BD 17588. Valkyria says it does exist. I just failed on finding that in the EDSM. But
BD-17 space 588.
yes,
Right,
let's
so
have a...
it's the A star and the C planet.
Oh, we've got it. Yes, we do have it. So if you want to go and have a look in person, BD 17588. Let's have a look at celestial bodies. Let's have a look what it says. No. Why is it... Come on, there. I'm trying to get details on this one. There it is. Give me the details. Here we go. Galactic coordinates. Celestial bodies 1. Okay. It's got a sun. Red dwarf star, brackets, scoopable.
Oh, yeah, well, if it's an M-class, then it will be.
Yes, but apparently we haven't got any... No, we haven't got any planets discovered around there yet, or maybe they flew out, or the habitable zone would be for Earth-like worlds 106 to 158 light seconds away.
It's not in the habitable zone. It's got a surface temperature of 260 degrees Celsius. It's not in the habitable zone.
It's got a 3-day orbital period, so...
Oh, that is fast! Bloody fast!
It takes 5 days to orbit its star, which in turn orbits 2 sibling stars made up of 3 stars in system. So something's happened between then and 330, whatever year we're in. Something bad has happened in the LTT 1445 system.
That's AB, not AC, that takes 5 days to orbit its star.
Oh,
AC
AC.
takes 3 days to orbit its star.
3.12.
Because unlike in the proper real galaxy where we use planetary numbers, NASA uses letters to name their planets, but they do it in order of discovery, and they include the star. So LTT 1445A is the biggest star in the trinary system, and then the C after that for the planet means it's the third body discovered, which means the second planet discovered because the star was first, but it's actually further in than AB, which is further out than it, which was the first planet discovered. Keeping up yet?
I've lost the will to live, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, NASA.
Yes, thanks for that, you bastards. Yeah.
There we go. There's a little video on screen of how they measured the transit, because it went behind something and they can spot it. The transiting one is basically when things go brighter or dimmer when stuff passes and they go, oh, yes, that must be orbiting or something. Yes. But they've actually managed to picture it. A grazing transit would mean the planet appeared to clip the edge of the star, exhibiting only a partial transit. If this was the case, it would suggest a misleading value for the size of the planet. Yes.
Wow.
There we go.
That's pretty special. Yeah.
There we go. There's a picture of a transit versus a misleading transit. A grazing transit. There we go. Okay. So, and we've got number 3. Now, as we don't have Chicks, and Chicks does like talking about his JWSTs.
Yes.
Who wants to be stunt chicks?
Don't know. I haven't read this one. What's
I've had a quick look at it. It's about Wasp.
Sandy Planet.
Yeah. It's about there's a few sandy crevices there. It's Wasp 107b. And it's got these weird. It's another exoplanet. This is, as you say, James Webb Space Telescope looking at this one, and it's got weird sandy clouds high in its atmosphere. So lots of
silicate sand.
Lots of silicates and things floating about up in the atmosphere, and they're looking and going, "Why has it got all that? What's going on?"
It's also got water vapor.
They call it a fluffy exoplanet, apparently.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be the artist's impression up at the top. It's very fluffy.
Term.
If they don't name it Tribble, then
bizarrely
it's
low
not right.
It usually means.
Yeah.
It's a fluffy planet.
It's a fluffy.
Sulfur.
Yes.
Oh, it's got a bit of sulfur dioxide.
That would be the Tribble eating something it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They're bad for that.
Anyway, so it's a sandy surprise. So it's basically Tatooine, but with nasty smells in the atmosphere as well.
Oh, the initial smell. Oh, listen to this. The initial discovery of sulfur dioxide, which is the smell released when you light a match. Oh, it smells like scratch matches.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad smell.
No, that's an amazing smell, aye.
But
I mean, I don't want to be breathing it.
Wait a minute, it's amazing in small doses.
Yes, that's what I said.
A whole planet full of it is. Yes.
It's a little bit toxic in bigger doses, so stick with small ones.
Apparently, the host star emits a relatively small fraction of high-energy light photons due to the planet being smaller and cooler. Planet's low density means these photons could penetrate deep into the atmosphere, causing chemical reactions that create sulfur dioxide. So there you go, you've learned something. Apparently, the sand clouds form in a similar way to water vapor and clouds on Earth with just droplets of sand. When the sand rain droplets condense and fall, they encounter hot layers on the planet where they become silicate vapor and move back up again. So it's like the water cycle, but with sand. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proper sand storms. Or Arrakis, possibly, unless it's not Tatooine. Yeah.
I've just scrolled to the bottom here and I've seen something from next week. It's latest. NASA and Japan launch world's first wooden satellite as soon as 2024. And then below it says, why?
It's got to be bamboo. If it's not bamboo, I'm not going to click on it. But
bamboo's not wood. Bamboo's grass, remember?
Yeah. But no, I just think bamboo is light and strong. I know people often talk about it as being a super material, you know?
It's magnolia wood.
Don't spoil it.
What, that beige bland colour?
Yeah, that's one.
Boring. They could have
Magnolia, yes. It's got Artex on the outside as well.
It's got Artex on the outside. Yeah. Magnolia on the inside.
Well, there we go. Is that it for this week's
Imagine that
Space
if
News?
it was Magnolia on the inside and aliens find it and open it up and just go, oh, that's a bit disappointing.
I was expecting it to be gold.
Yes. We wanted gold and silver and spacey, but no.
Diamonds, yes. Diamonds in space, but that was done by James Bond, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Been there, done that, got the yes, or is it Cohen the Barbarian with the diamond grin? Anyway, I'm digressing again because I am 90% zombie. Right, is that it for our space news?
Yes.
Because we're still doing this one. We've got. Oh, do we? No,
we're still doing it, but we don't have anybody.
We don't have anybody because Mr. Shouty's on sabbatical, I think.
Yeah.
So we would do a drum roll. We would announce this week's mug winner, but we haven't had the draw yet, so we're going to have to double bubble it. Or yes, well, somebody go and shake Shouty. He's asleep.
I'm not shaking that.
But do we have a word of the week?
We do have a word of the week. Would you like to know what word of the week is?
I would love to know what the word of the week is.
Is it
word of the week is? Word of the week is humbuggery.
And what does that mean?
It means nonsense or deceitful language or ideas.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes, I can. And here I go. You may think there's a lot of humbuggery in the Hutton newsroom, and you'd be right. That's great. You can now whenever anybody says something, you can shout humbuggery, and nobody can touch you for it. Nobody can do a damn thing about it because you know what you're saying. And it's
could
not
it be
what you
mint?
think.
Could it be mint humbuggery, or
I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Anti-Christmas humbuggery.
But yeah, we're getting into that season.
Now, here's a question: did it exist before Charles Dickens, or was it an invented one? What is the origin? Obviously humbug.
I don't think it gives me that. Let's have a look.
I just bought a box of bitter mints.
Bitter mints.
And stashing them for next month. Yeah, Bendix bitter mints. They're the best.
Oh,
mints.
they are the best. Oh, hang on, are you
would
breaking
need to
our
hide them
rules?
very well around here.
Difficult to know because
it
just says 19th century English, so it depends when the 19th century. Because Christmas Carol was at 1842 or 43.
Apparently, the word was described in 1751 as a word very much in vogue with the people of taste and fashion.
Yes.
Or humbug was, and so yes, I'd imagine that.
Humbuggery.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to.
I've got it. I'm putting that. That's going on the list with Womblecropped. Which is what you've got.
Womblecropped. Oh.
Yes. Severe digestive discomforts. Yes. Anyway, what do you call? And it's not Jeff or Jeff. What do you call an anteater that records TV programs on old VHS tapes?
Is it Max? Beta Max?
No.
Jeff's wife, Beth.
No, it's a VC aardvark.
Oh.
Aardvark!
Aardvark!
Oh dear. Right. Well, on that note, it is time. Flossy, I think. Are you ready, Flossy?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Fantastic. Because you're back. There was
Yes, I'm back.
something was dropped on you at the last minute or lunchtime or something today. So you've been hard at work behind the typewriter.
Yeah.
I think. And I might possibly just have a tune ready for you. So after this tune, Flossy,
Right, okay.
take it away.
Who is this superhero? Jex?
Nope.
Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be. Hutton Flossy, #1 super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossy, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the form gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossy pen.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. There is a CG this week after the last couple of weeks of none. This time it's Mine Resources for Torval Mining Limited. A mining initiative is being held in the LHS 3872 system as Torval Mining Limited welcomes its new CEO. Senator Zemina Torval, owner of the Imperial Company until recently, has formally transferred her controlling shares to her eldest daughter. Constantia Torval was already Director of Operations, but will now oversee all corporate decision-making from the highest chair. From the press suite on Kerbeam Hub Starport, Ms. Torval gave an announcement. My mother's tireless efforts to build a corporation worthy of our family name have brought enormous success and esteem to the Torval portfolio. It is my honour to continue supplying vital resources to the great industries that drive our empire. To mark the occasion, Torval Mining Limited offers generous payments for newly mined quantities of lithium hydroxide, painite, praseodymium and tritium. The campaign is being managed by the aristocrats of Kuakosha, who will receive shipments at Kerbeam Hub in LHS 3872. This follows my new policy to subcontract mining operations to other Imperial factions in order to meet expanded resource extraction quotas. A Torval Mining Limited mining laser will also be awarded to those pilots who make a concerted effort to support our endeavours. The top 75% will receive a pre-engineered mining laser with the long-range modification. The module offers increased range and reduced thermal load and power draw at the cost of reduced module integrity. The campaign begins today, the 16th of November, and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. To be eligible for rewards, you must sign up as an active participant before delivering lithium hydroxide, painite, praseodymium, and tritium to Kerbin Hub in the LHS 3872 system. And that's it for this week's CG News. Oh, sorry. Please note that for commodities to count towards your personal contribution total, they must be mined rather than purchased. And that's it for this week's CG News.
Who is this superhero? Chicks?
Nope.
Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be.
Hutton Flossy, number one super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossy, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the forum gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossy pen.
Thank you very much, Commander Flossy. Yes, you do have to mine it. Amelia, this is one for you.
It is.
And if you do it, then you get bonus lasers.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I was wondering what the hell you were talking
about. Yeah, no, the CG, the thing Flossy was just talking about.
Right.
Lithium hydroxide, painite, praseodymium, and tritium. Or tritium. Yes. Yeah, to Kerbeam Hub. I mean, who picked that one? It's just Beam Hub with mining lasers. Yes, very good, very droll. But yeah, you get a bonus long-range modification mining laser.
I mean, do you really need long-range mining lasers?
Well, some of those rocks are pesky. They run away.
Was it? Oh no, Amelia's shooting at me. Hide, quick.
I mean, I like blowing them up more. Than...
Oh yeah, you're detonation special, aren't you?
Yeah, explosions.
Yes. What we need is bigger core detonator charges, just for the extra whomp.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, that noise is still epic.
No, I mean honestly though, I mean long range modification on a mining laser. How much more range?
Well, also reduce thermal load though.
Yeah,
but it's
I've got some and they're brilliant. Yeah.
Hang on, you've already got yours. You do. You.
They had them before. I think I got them from the previous CG. If they're the same ones, I don't know, but they're really good.
Oh, so these are recycled, pre-engineered mining lasers with a long-range modification half.
A second opportunity to get them, I think.
Right, okay. Understand fully now. And we've had a few 07s in chat, by the way. 07s, yes, we are all well. Well, it depends how you measure well, but we're all fine. Thank you very much for asking. And can I has free Anaconda? No, they're not free. They're 100 credits, and you've got to use a special docking port. Anyway, to answer those questions. Now, we don't have any Beetle Spoon and Mother Jude this evening. Well, we did, but we don't have a Galnet News Digest because they covered everything on Tuesday and there wasn't anything new for us to cover this
week. They were busy making our intro.
With LCU, yes. And we haven't done a Galnet Rares because, quite simply, I have been 90% zombie for about 8 weeks. And I've not got round to it. So we don't have a rare, but I was going to make the offer. Did we want to, before we go to the out bit, have a reprise of the Beetlejude Wotherspoon LCU special? Do we think for our listener or watcher?
I think so.
Go on.
So for those watching, obviously, yes, we are today, through a few days early, celebrating International Men's Day, which we didn't know existed until they told us at the top of the show.
Go on, before we get put off the internet.
There might have been a few slight hints of that in the banner headlines at the bottom of the pages as well. So,
have you been editing as we go?
I might have been.
Oh, right. Okay, I should have paid a little bit more attention. There we go. It says it on screen now, doesn't it? There we go. Proudly celebrating. We're standing very proud on International Men's Day, and there are definitely no women present. No.
Standing proud.
No.
Yes. No.
Definitely not.
No. Definitely not. Definitely banned this week. It's the one day we're allowed to. So we're all honorary men for the day, even those who... Anyway.
Oh,
even me.
Even those with what?
What?
No. Even those with what?
Listen, my mouth was running away with me again there. I was going to get myself into awful trouble. Yeah, so hence why we were celebrating all of the chicken at the earlier news articles. Right, well, I'm lining that one up, so I need to turn this one off. At the end of that, then obviously we'll do the usual sort of night-night and everybody gets the warning about the noise. But if I turn that one off and I mute you lot, there you go, you're muted, and I'm going to mute myself in a second, and I've got to find out where I've hidden it. And here we go. This was, yes, Beetle Spoon and Wather Jude and LCU from earlier in the show.
Welcome to this special edition of Galnet News Digest celebrating Intergalactic Men's Day, which will take place this year on the 19th of November.
Now, a lot of our listeners will be thinking, Intergalactic Men's Day? Why should they get a special day? What I want to know is, when is it Intergalactic Women's Day, eh? Am I right?
It's the 8th of March. You ask that every year.
Keep your knickers on, love. Why don't you go make me a nice cup of tea?
Make it yourself. I've got an interview to conduct.
You leave that to me. Run along now. We have a very special guest today. Despite the handicap of being a man, he has risen to the top of his profession. I'm talking, of course, about LCU, no fool like one. He's a male spacewoman, a male scientist, and a male counsellor for Canon Interstellar Research, and, of course, a male presidential candidate.
Well, thank you. But is it really necessary to bring gender into this?
A failed presidential candidate, I mean. Did you really think you could compete with a woman to be male Federation president?
Oh, come on now. Hudson is a man.
Yes, but he had to act more feminine than the women around him to be accepted on equal terms. He was the exception rather than the norm.
It should be about competence and fitness for the job, not gender.
Well, that would certainly account for the result.
Really?
That's a nice outfit you have on. Could you give us a twirl?
Give you a what?
Give us a twirl. Show off your outfits.
I will do no such thing.
Go on. You're such a great role model for other male scientists. They're all wondering how to look good in a lab coat.
How I look in a lab coat has no bearing on my work.
But you have tailored it, haven't you?
Well, yes, just a little, but it's to allow greater freedom of movement.
I love your little accessories too. The pocket protector, the radiation meter. It's quite the ensemble.
Look, could we talk about the science? I've been doing some very important research.
The science, of course. Do you find that your ability to do science is impaired by your weight gain?
No, not at all. Wait, what weight gain?
Well, you have put on a few pounds. The Federal Times has published photos of you in your swimming costume.
What, really? That's a terrible invasion of my privacy.
Your fans need to know.
The only fans he's got are in his fume cupboard.
Look, I thought you invited me here to talk about my achievements.
What achievements?
Quite so. You're not just a pretty face, are you?
Not even.
I've planned a great many scientific expeditions.
That is quite impressive. Was anyone worried that you wouldn't be able to read the galactic map, like a typical male pilot? You crashed the Gnosis, didn't you?
I held a full inquiry and completely exonerated myself.
Perhaps you could just stay home to bring up the clones.
Look, I'm not standing for this nonsense. This interview is over.
Well, I never. He's left the studio. Just goes to show that these male scientists are too emotional. It's probably his time of the month.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Why not?
Because our mics are live.
Yeah, even if the video wasn't. Oops. Yes, I got the map upside down and seams. Oops, some seams there. Sorry about the video. We weren't watching the video. Yeah, we were listening to the words, weren't we? Oops. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, we seem to have got the Zoom camera stuck on Zoom on someone's head at that point. Yes, I clicked on the wrong button, but the sound happened. That was yes. Well done them.
All that matters.
Yes, I'm getting a sarcastic look from everybody in the studio now for messing that one up. Look, it sounded great. Okay, I've weeks off, and I've definitely fluffed that one.
You're right. It sounded brilliant.
It sounded awesome. The video was just people standing in a corridor.
Don't be so
anyway.
bloody patronising, Amelia.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Commanders. You'll
be women-splaining to him next.
Somebody definitely needs to some trucker explain to me how to click the right flipping button and not end up on the wrong scene. And yes, and then try and zoom it, and that failed. And then try to don't edit live. Never edit live. Preparation. What is it? The 6 P's. You're familiar with the 6 P's?
Preparation.
Oh no! It's proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Yes, pick up a penguin. Right, okay, well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you very much to Commander Flossy for the CG news. It was epic as always. Thank you very much. Oh, go on then. What? Sorry?
Quick reminder.
Yes.
No Christmas decorations before December. Every time you put up a Christmas tree before December, Mariah Carey eats the soul of one of Santa's elves.
No, every time you put up a Christmas tree before December, somebody on the radio plays a Mariah Carey song.
And then she eats the soul of one of Santa's elves.
I thought that was the sound of her eating one of Santa's elves when they broadcast it. Or...
Listen, before we go, happy Intergalactic Men's Day, David. Happy Intergalactic Men's Day, Jim. Happy Intergalactic Men's Day, Amelia. Happy Intergalactic Men's Day, Flossy.
And happy Intergalactic Men's Day, Mia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, I'm off to go and be an intergalactic man, but not a man of mystery. I'm just going to go and have a lie down, I think, after this one.
Are you going to be an international man of symmetry?
Oh, dear. Right, okay, well, thank you very much to our listener. Thank you very much to the first time people coming to join in this chaos. I'm sure we've probably, maybe, possibly not put you off. But we'll be back next week. Or I may be back. Litho, are you back in the country next week?
What weeks? Yes. Yes, I'm here next week.
You are? Fantastic. And Amelia?
Definitely.
With Mooncake or sans Mooncake?
Mooncake's currently watching our new TV.
Ooh, you got a new TV?
75
Why didn't that come up in the banter?
That's not watching the TV. That's plotting how to get behind it and push it over forwards.
Oh, this thing's 75 inches, so...
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a whoa.
So she's really plotting how to get behind it. Yes. She's calculating the angles on the push.
She's so small in comparison.
So you put one of those David Attenborough videos on, and the cat's like, that's it.
Yeah, the cats
I did not
on
know
TV
tigers
are
were
bigger
that
than
big.
Mooncake.
Yes. Well, you'll be back, and how about who else have we got? The apology officer, you're back next week. I think Chicks might be.
Yeah.
When Chicks gets over the mods, that week off he's had every week has finally got him, I think. So he went for a lie down earlier. I may or may not be back. Now, for those of you, and I noticed there are a couple of first-time chatters in here, particularly the Spartan and Clyde. What's about to happen if you've got earpieces in, or you've turned the sub up, or the noise is loud, is going to startle you. What I suggest for anybody listening right now is maybe just pull the earphones slightly away from your head, or turn it down from 11 on the sound, just for a few seconds. Do not tell us you were not warned. Are they getting there? Do you think they've done it? So Amelia?
Yes?
Would you like to wish everybody good night?
For the mug!
Mug.
No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading up the T-9s to the brim with rail. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Swivel likes the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the front, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody yell. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. To go cruising to Hutton, whoa, no journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song.
LCU? Why would anyone clone him? One's bad enough, but a whole ship full of them? Fuck that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
the end of the show.
Everyone's buggered off. Why don't you bugger off too?